y'all don't know what people have. My ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been.
Back in July 2018, Remy Ma has slimmed down noticeably and dropped a photo on Instagram. And listen to this. She captioned it joking about having a full-on photo shoot in the hallway because the elevator was moving painfully slow. Damn, damn, damn. Now hold up, because guess who slid into the comments under that picture? Yep, 50 Cent himself popped up and said, "Damn, Remy, you lost mad weight," sounding really impressed. But girl, Papoose, who was married to Remy at the time, did not like that energy at all. He clapped back by dragging 50's girlfriend, or BM at the time, Daphne Joy, saying basically, "Damn, Daphne Joy, no wedding yet, and if 50 doesn't marry you, I'll introduce you to my homeboy because he's more mature." Whew! And whew, that set 50 Cent completely off, because not long after that, he straight up blocked Remy Ma. 50 then explained himself by saying Remy Ma was blocked until she could get control of her husband, claiming all he said was that she lost weight. Pap started wilding, adding that he wasn't about to fight anybody over their wife, and then saying,
"You're
"Get the
sitting on
strap."
a bunch of money right here.
Just when you think that's where it stops, right? Nope. Because 50 Cent came right back with an iconic post featuring Papoose. We all know Pat never leaves home without some type of baseball cap. In the image, the caption mocked the situation with, "Nah, Fifth, don't tell my wife she lost weight," followed by 50 replying underneath like, "Okay, but she lost weight and she looks good. What the F you want me to do about that?" Now here's why this matters. Because in 2018, Papoose was still widely viewed as one of the most stand-up dudes in the industry. He had the reputation of being a family man, a provider, and a protector. So the question becomes, why would 50 Cent even come at someone everybody else saw as solid? That part hits different. Fast forward to the end of 2025, and plot twist, Remy Ma and Papoose are no longer together. Papoose is now dating Clarissa Shields, and 50 Cent is no longer with Daphne Joy. 50 would kick off the new year by trolling Papoose on Instagram, posting an AI deepfake clip from the movie Black Sisters Revan, where Papoose and Clarissa Shields were edited into a dramatic slap scene, clearly clowning Pap's new relationship. Papoose then fired back with his own AI-generated video, flipping the script by portraying 50 Cent dancing provocatively in women's clothing and doing all types of wild stuff. But let's be real, it still feels like 50 Cent walked away with the upper hand on this one.
Visited Remy Ma every day he could while she was in jail. Not only did he visit her every day he possibly could while she was in jail, he visited her so much, she told him he needs to stop coming.
Now listen closely, because this part matters. This is a full 7 years apart, and 50 Cent is still coming at Papoose from 2018 when Remy Ma showed him zero respect. Fast forward to 2025, and it's the same story. Still no respect whatsoever. 7 whole years go by, and that energy never changes. So the real question is, why is that?
I was tired of giving a man, Niger, her 20% and still having to pay the bills, and now carrying on as if this man did not contribute, as if this man was not, I'm sure somewhat behind the pen, as if this man was not a part of, if not the foundation, as if this man didn't contribute to her career in a large way, is just very startling to me.
So listen, this was one of those moments where I was right there with a lot of other black men instinctively jumping to Papoose's defense. Because when that breakup went public in 2024, the consensus was clear. Pap was the stand-up guy. But hold up. One certain detail started trickling out, things I couldn't ignore. It slowly but surely forced me to reevaluate my stance and change my position.
Ever been with somebody that was just holding me down, not doing that? I was paying rent from jail.
Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to pay for it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed.
Now listen, because this is where things start getting spicy. This woman is straight up saying Papoose deserves 20% of your money. Then she doubles down like, hey, listen, he helped you do all kinds of stuff. And I'm not even going to fully dive into the AI back and forth he had with 50 Cent, even though you can literally see the video playing in the background.
So let's pause and really look at the situation that put all of this in a neat little box. Now, Papoose was the manager of Remy Ma. He then links up with Clarissa Shields, another woman who's younger and very much getting to the bag. And then there's this specific post from July 28th, right after her fight, and listen to what it says. "Big congratulations to my love, Clarissa Shields, on another victory. You put on a boxing masterclass." Okay, cool, but now let me get to the real point of this entire post. Completely sold arena, and they came out to see, end quote. Glad I'm able to add value from a behind-the-scenes executive standpoint. So here we are again, with Papoose seemingly positioned as a man living off a woman. She absolutely did not need this dude at all. And let's be honest, it's looking more and more like Papoose probably doesn't really have money like that. And this is where it circles right back to the bigger question of why 50 Cent has always had smoke for Papoose. It might sound petty on the surface, but what we're about to uncover suggests Papoose may have been living a full-blown lie this entire time. And to be clear, Remy Ma is still dead wrong for cheating in her relationship. But family, what we're seeing right now is not a good look at all for Pap.
Y'all don't know what people have. My ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included. Damn. But like my jewelry, I would like it. Could you go pick up my jewelry from out of the pawn shop? Could you go pick it up? I ain't even asked about the money. The $35,000 that got ran up on my Amex. I paid it. No, it's a gambling thing. It's a real bad gambling problem over there. Nothing. Porn poos.
So this is essentially Remy Ma laying it all out, breaking down why he won't even sell stories to the blogs or paperwork and all that, right? She goes on to say he's broke, that he don't have anything, and that he can't even afford a lawyer. And listen, this next shot right here is the absolute worst part.
We all have been saying Clarissa. But Clarissa is just a woman that's in love with a man that is known to use women. And I'm going to tell you how I came to this conclusion. We've all been giving Pap his flowers ever since Remy was in prison. The black love, loving hip hop. But I saw an interview about how when him and Remy met, he moved in with her and her son.
So now she's laying out the things he allegedly did. And listen to this, because it's actually true. Papoose did pawn her jewelry, and I know for a fact that part is real. That alone screams irresponsible. On top of that, he was running up charges on her credit card. And again, I'm not some huge Remy Ma defender like that, but these are things Papoose himself has already admitted to. He openly said he fell into gambling, a full-on gambling addiction. So now you're already not making much money. You're barely contributing to the bills as it is, and then you're still moving like this. All right, because trust me, it only gets worse from here.
Because I'm used to living by myself. Me and, my son, and we're in this big house by ourselves, and we kind of, have our own thing. And then we have this grown guy that comes in with all of his Brooklyn. And he's not just a guy, he's your husband, by the way.
Right.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
So listen to this fan right here. She used to be a big Papoose supporter until, well, she started noticing some very interesting things. And you won't believe what she had to say next.
They asked Pap, what did y'all do for your first date? He said, oh no, we would always just sit in the car and smoke and chat and talk.
How I knew that she was the one for me was because we'd be sitting in the fucking car just talking all night. And then when I leave her, I'm like, damn, I miss her, you know what I'm saying? So when you're not with a person and he's still on your mind, that's something special.
How was your first date? What did you take her?
We used to do like that, just sit and smoke all night.
So let's really break this down. Because here you have Papoose, a world-famous mixtape rapper at that time. On the other side, you've got a single mother. You decide to marry her. She already owns a house. And listen, you're the one moving into her house. But hold up, how did these two even meet in the first place? And more importantly, how did this whole love affair actually get started? So they end up sitting together on Gilly and Wallow's podcast. And listen,
This is honestly the first time I actually felt bad for Remy Ma. She looks genuinely hurt while he's basically telling the entire world that he never really spent money on her. He's talking about sitting in the car smoking weed all the time, never taking her on dates, never doing anything special for her, just casually describing her smoking weed and moving really dusty if we're being honest. Okay, now, here's the key question. How does all of this connect back to 50 Cent? Number one, when you're a man who truly handles his responsibilities, people don't really come for you like that, all right? But the moment you start showing weakness, like not having control because you don't actually provide, you open the door. And that's exactly why Remy Ma was out here basically advertising herself for the next man, because Papoose didn't have leverage. He wasn't handling business, he wasn't paying bills, he wasn't providing, he wasn't protecting, and trust me, people notice. Now, in our heads, we say, well, Papoose is a stand-up guy. He doesn't really beef with anybody in the industry. That part might be true, but behind the scenes, people in the industry can still sense when a man isn't worth respecting. And this is something a lot of black men really need to hear, especially black men. When you're with a woman, you have to take care of your family. You have to take care of your business. I don't care how solid you claim to be. If word gets around that you're not handling your business and you're living off a woman, somebody is eventually going to test you like this. And let's be real, you can't fight everybody. That's the whole point. That's why he was flirting with 50 Cent's girl on Instagram back in 2018 on purpose. At the time, we just didn't understand why he was doing it, but now it makes sense. He did it because Papoose is weak. And look at the pattern. He's doing it again in 2025. It's 2025 and you're still living off women. You're still not securing your own bag. You're still lazy. You're still irresponsible. Now you've got a 29 or 30-year-old woman while you're pushing 47 and you're still down bad. And the reason 50 Cent goes after their looks is simple. From his perspective, if you were really taking care of women the way you claim, you'd be able to attract women who look better than that. All right? This isn't about Papoose having a type. His real type is a woman who will spend money on him, and eventually that type ends up looking like Remy Ma. That type ends up looking like Clarissa Shields. That's why you never see Papoose or dudes like him, or even Dr. Umar Johnson with actual baddies. They never have the top tier women, because you have to spend money to get women like that. That's the whole game. And the lesson here is simple. If you don't take care of your business as a man, people will try you. They will come at you. This needs to be a lesson. Stand up as a man. If you carry yourself with respect, even if you're not rich, men respect the effort. People will say, at least he's out here trying, at least he's grinding, but living off women, that's never respected. So what do y'all think? It's your boy, OSH Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Liberty Junk. Appreciate all the support. Kurt Bale, bro.